Good afternoon everyone and a very warm welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. So today we are here at the lovely Innsbruck airport over in Austria, which we did a flight a few days ago for. So today we are doing a flight back to London Gatwick from Innsbruck. There's not much traffic here at the moment. There is ATC currently online at Gatwick, so hopefully that stays the case until we get there. So what I thought we'd do today is we'll mix things up a little bit instead of just starting in the flight deck and pretty much departing. What we'll do is we'll go through a full setup, including the walk around of the aircraft. So that's where we're going to head to now. So the passengers aren't obviously on board yet. We've not even been on the aircraft ourselves yet. So what we'll do, we'll have a quick look around the aircraft. So have a quick look at the nose cone, make sure that's looking all okay. There's a few specs on there, but that's to be expected. Ground power unit is plugged in. Let's just have a quick gander at the ground power unit, make sure. We can do a quick light test on that as well. Oh, he says it should be connected. It should be. There we go. See what's going on with that anyway. Having a look at the landing gear, that all looks intact. We'll have a walk around to the number 2 engine. Give the blades a bit of a spin. Make sure they're all good looking. Make sure they're free from debris. We'll have a walk down the side of the wing. Make sure that is all good. All the static wicks are all in place. Like I say, the aircraft's not even been set up yet, so everything is pretty much as to be expected. Have a quick look at the main gear. We could also have a quick look in the cargo compartments, make sure there's nothing in them as well, but we'll go back to them in a second. What we'll do, a bit naughty, is we'll go across and just have a quick look at the other main gear. And that all looks intact as expected. This is the beauty of the Phoenix, everything's so detailed, even down to the landing gear structures. So we'll have a quick look on the back of the tail. I'm going to look at the horizontal stabilizer, that all looks okay. Same on the other side, all the static wicks are in place. We've got no scratch marks and where the previous pilots skirted it along the floor. And everything else is looking pretty good. One thing we can do is we'll have a quick look in the cargo compartments and just see how they're looking. This is the beauty of the new Phoenix. What we're looking for is looking for the panel here. And we can open them. I say we can open them. We can't open them because we have no ground power, but we can at least release the latches. Have a quick gander in there, can't we? Make sure there's nothing untoward in there. So you can get a bit of a view inside. We'll have a look at the number 1 engine and we'll just have a quick walk along the wing, then we'll jump into the flight deck, get the cabin lights all on, and then start setting up for our departure back to Gatwick. That's all looking okay. We'll have another walk down along the wing. Call sign today is Speedbird 97 Whiskey. We did have an aircraft just apart just a few minutes before we started the stream. So there was an aircraft here earlier, a little Austrian A320. So what we'll do, we'll jump up onto the flight deck now. We'll just get the doors open and get ourselves ready for our departure. Just waiting for that click. There we go. We'll walk on. First thing we'll do is we're just going to turn the power on bus. Don't know if that will work because the batteries aren't currently on, but jump into the flight deck. My mate's already here. He's been here all night, I think. Just had to sleep here, I think. So what we'll do is we'll just get some batteries on. So battery number 1 on, followed by battery number 2, and then we'll jump onto the external power and hopefully everything lights up on this end of the spectrum as well. So we'll just let it all run through its self-test. So the cabin lighting should have come on by now. And we'll just wake our iPad up. We'll just quickly load in the flight for today. So we've got 31 minutes till departure. I'm hoping that we're out of here before 31 minutes because most of you will be bored by then. I want to thank you all both on TikTok and YouTube for the support. I've had quite a lot of comments and quite a lot of support. Unfortunately, my last TikTok video, for some reason, they removed the audio from it. Apparently it was offensive language, but I don't remember saying anything offensive. I even listened to it back and I could not find anything offensive. So then what we're going to do is we are going to we could start the loading process, to be fair. We've got 150 passengers, so we've got a full aircraft today, and we'll have a look at the speeds shortly. So what we'll do, we'll hit load and we'll get the aircraft started. We'll let them start boarding while we're getting everything set up. So let's jump over to the overhead and we'll go through the overhead flow. So what we want to do is crew supply of oxygen wants to be on. Just quickly test both the oxygens and they're all good and working.
Into the overhead lockers.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Roger, you can connect the ground to and stand by for departure. So ground control on for the cockpit voice recording. We're just going to do a quick test. You'll hear that beep. I can't hear it because it's on a different audio connection. Next thing we'll move up to the ideas. Make sure all the flight control computers are on, which they should be by default. So we want IRS 1 to nav, IRS 2 to nav, and in the middle for IRS 3 to nav. So that now go through to line up procedure. It takes about 7 minutes, well a little bit longer than 7 minutes, between 7 and 10 minutes for that. Next thing we'll do, we'll just run through AP fire tests, make sure they're okay. And we'll do engine 1 and engine 2 fire tests as well. That is all good and displayed as normal. We'll do a quick cargo smoke test as well. We've not got any cargo today. We'll just quickly cancel that on this end. Once that's done its test, it will disappear. Isolation valve, because we've got no live animals, we can turn the isolation valve to the off procedure. So we're just doing that. So refueling is already commencing by the look of things. We'll on the emergency exit lights and no smoking can come on. We'll put the wing lights on. We don't need the logo lights on because obviously it's not night time, but we'll put the wing lights both on and we'll leave that from there. Next thing we do is we want to extinguish most white lights. Obviously the isolation valve, we've done that manually. What we'll do is we'll just pop all the fuel pumps on so they're all primed and ready to go. Just run a ground proximity warning test, which is just this button here, and I'll just run through its setup as normal.
Terrain.
Just to sort of brighten this is out on the displays. I'll let them a little bit brighter, to be fair. We're over on Unicom, so that's already selected, which is what we need to be on at the moment.
Light slow.
Next thing we need to do is so we'll move down to our weather radar. We want to make sure multi-scan's on into auto, GCS onto auto, and we want to use, I'm going to use system 1 for the weather, and predictive wind shear system is on. So we'll have weathers, traffic and hazards on here. We'll move over to the right side to the transponder, we'll turn that on and pop it into, so it's in standby, but we'll move it just forward one notch to TA mode. We'll clear the code for now. Unfortunately there won't be a code because we haven't got any ATC here today, so chances are we just set at 2000. So the next thing to do, what we'll do is take you through the operational flight plan for today's flights. Like I say, passengers are still getting on from what I understand. And we've actually got passengers seated for a change. So I presume they're coming off a bus. Yes they are. So right then, let's jump over to our flight plan. So this is the operational flight plan for today's flight. As we said, we're Speedbird 97 Whiskey for our departure. Departure time is in about 25 minutes or so. So moving down here, so we're in the Phoenix A319 IE variant. We've got an alternate airport today of London Luton if required. Cost index today is 6, flight level 380 is our cruise. Cruise temp is -59 and the zero fuel weight is 56.2 tons. So our takeoff weight today overall is 62.5 tons and max is 75, so we're below our maximum takeoff weight, which is always a bonus. Moving down, this is our route today, so we're expecting a runway 26 departure today, so we actually came in on runway 08 into Innsbruck a couple of days ago. So it's the Mugti 3 Hotel SID, and we'll have a quick look at the charts of that in a minute, because they're a little bit more specific for this airport just due to the terrain around. So we're expecting runway 26 left, and we're expecting a Tibra 2 Golf arrival, 559 nautical miles. Fuel required for today's flight is 6.5 tons of fuel. And we'll just quickly move down to the weather. So departure airport weather, currently wind is 270 at 10 knots. Visibility is good, scattered at 100 feet. Temperature 15 degrees, sorry, 1000 feet. Temperature 15 degrees, dew point of 8. QNH 1005, so we're just going to tune that in. No significant change on the runway. And wind shear is a potential on all runways, so that is something that we need to consider. In case of a wind shear, we'll go into Toga and we'll go from there. Have a good look at our destination for the weather. So we're expecting showers and rain in about 30 minutes. So chances are we could expect some rain and showers on our arrival into Gatwick, and Luton is pretty much the same. But we'll have a look at the weather on the way and then we'll make a plan from there. So what we'll do now is we jump down to the MCDU and we'll get that all set up for departure. So we're going to head to the init page. Init request. Just noticed some of my switches have been fiddled with. There we go. So we'll just see if fueling's completed, which it is. Wonderful. So we'll get the seatbelt signs on as well. So that is all done. We've got 3 minutes to IRS alignment, but in the meantime we'll get this all set up. So flight number, which is our call sign, is not easy. It's BAW97 Whiskey. Cost index we said was 6. Flight level 380. And our cruise time is -59. Tropo today is 36651. Ground temperature we said was 15 degrees Celsius. 15 degrees Celsius on that. What we are going to do is, so we know the wind is 270 at 10 knots. And we're just going to pop that into the computer as well, just with where we are. And set on the wind. So we're going to the LOWI departure. Well, actually no, we've skipped a step here. Next page on the init page, so we want our block fuel, which is our total fuel, which is 6.5 tons. Zero fuel weight, we already said that was 56.2. So I'll punch that in there. That will now do some calculations and work out our fuel and times. Yeah. My CD is 29. So we've got an extra 35 minutes of fuel. That's all just going, so we've got 0.2 of taxi time, which is fine. And we've got an extra 30 minutes, obviously, fuel required. Moving to the flight plan. So at LOWI, we're expecting runway 26 for our departure. And it was the Muggy R3 Hotel. Sid. Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, want the arrival route we're expecting. Oh, there's 26 left. And it was the... started with the Tibra to Golf arrival. One thing we will do quickly is we'll have a look to see if there is any vias for that. I don't think there is particularly, but we'll just pop that in for now. We'll have a look at it on the way. So 1 hour 29 minutes flight time, so that's really good actually. It was nearly 2 hours on the way over, so 1 hour 29 minutes is pretty good going. And next thing we want to do is put in our takeoff performance. So we will move over to our tablet for that, and we will work out our takeoff performance. There's a couple of ways you can do this, so you can calculate this on here, and there is also in the pilot brief you can look at, I think, is it airport runway analysis. There you go. So this is another way that you potentially can get all your V speeds. So we're expecting runway 08. It's a dry runway. Say about calm winds. Obviously the winds at the minute, we do have to be a little bit careful because they are fairly calm. 10 knots is reasonably calm. So we could just go with this, but what we'll do is we'll plan it through here, which will take into account our load sheet and everything. So we'll just quickly calculate that performance. So 124, 124, 129, which is surprising really, but that's a flaps 2 departure. Typically flaps 1 is more than sufficient, and we'll probably do a PAX off departure. So it's not saying that we need to do a toga takeoff. That seems okay. We're using enough runway. Obviously intersection wise we could consider intersection takeoff, but I think we'll do a full length takeoff for today. So like I said, the V speeds are actually quite low. That could be due to the temperature as well. So V1 125, 125, 130. Transition level is 10,000 feet. Thrust reduction acceleration 2900. Excuse me. 3400 for engine eye acceleration. Flaps 1 up 0.5. Flex to temp is 50. So that's all done. There we go to our performance page now. That's all in and ready. So I'm pretty sure, I think we're just waiting for the loaders to do their bits and bobs, but yeah, they're just loading some bags. Pretty sure passengers now are all on board, which they are. So what we'll do is we'll quickly, while they're boarding, we'll go through the cockpit prep checklist. So cockpit preparation checklist: gear pins, cords removed, fuel quantity is 6.5 tons, seatbelt on, it is set to nav berth 1005, which is all good and done. We'll just jump onto the charts. Like I say, we'll just explain the charts for our departure. It's quite a steep climb. So as you can see, there is a hell of a lot of high terrain around here, which makes things a little bit more challenging in Innsbruck. So this is where we are at the minute, and we're going to make a straight out turn initially. Obviously we've got high terrain left and right side of the runway. So this is saying that at this first waypoint here, at this point here, we need to be at 4 or above 4,000 feet. Then we'll climb further down the valley. The next waypoint we want to be at 7,850 feet or above that. Then 8,400, 11,350, and then 13,000 at Mogti. So there we go. So like I said, it's a fairly steep climb out, but it should be reasonably enjoyable. Hopefully we get some nice views on the departure. We'll see how we go there. We'll just quickly make sure we can see what taxiways are what. So our plan for taxi is going to be that we push back from here. We're going to be facing in this direction, holding point Bravo 1. We're then going to enter onto Bravo, backtrack, and then take off runway 26. So that is our plan for today. Like I say, we're just waiting for the rest of the bags to go on. Looks like they're... Oh, I say look, wait for the rest of the bags to go on. Looks like there's an issue. Bear with me. I think we've got an issue with... Just going to go and see what the issue is. I think it's probably because I opened the baggage hold, so we'll just see how that goes. We'll go from there. Hey guys, we're having some issues here. Oh, it looks like we're having some issues, doesn't it? Right, what we'll do is we'll manually open the panel one. There you go, he's done. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's loaded in here, fine, wonderful. There we go, they're all up and done, sorted. So I'm just going to close this hatch because they may not close it. Okay, look, they may do, but they may not. So we'll jump back up on the flight deck. There we go, so even the ground crew are having some issues. It's just because I already had a quick look in the hold. Because we didn't have any power in the aircraft, obviously we couldn't use the hydraulics. But there we go. So hopefully all passengers are all on board, which they all are. I think there's a single seat vacant today. So we'll jump in and get ready for our departure. We can have a quick look at the load sheet as well. Hopefully that will be they're ready waiting for us. At least the criminal load sheet will be there anyway. So one thing we can do while they're loading is we can get the APU running. That way we're ready for departure quite quickly.
Hello and very good afternoon to you all. My name's Cameron. On behalf of the entire crew, a very warm welcome on board this British Airways flight. To help us depart as soon as possible, please place your larger hand baggage securely into the overhead lockers. Smaller bags, including those tagged with the yellow label, must be placed under the seat in front of you. If you're sitting in a front row seat or an emergency exit row, the floor area around your seat must be completely clear for takeoff. Once your hand baggage is safely stowed, please make yourself comfortable and keep the aisle clear for all remaining customers to join us on board. As a reminder, smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, vaping and other smoking devices is not permitted at any time whilst on board. This includes the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors. Once again, thank you and a very warm welcome on board this British Airways flight.
So then we'll get ourselves going. Like I say, if you look over to the right hand side of the aircraft, it's looks a bit misty out in the valleys, which is the way we're going to be flying. So we're just waiting for the APU to kick in. Like I said, they're just getting the last few bags on. They've got another one more dolly left after this one, and we'll go from there. Quite a nice airport, Innsbruck. This is by Build, for those of you that are wondering. I don't know if you noticed, there is a new update for FSLTL, which EasyJet SimPilot has done a video on. It looks pretty good, to be fair, but we'll find that as we get a little bit closer. So, oh, maybe there's me trying to get the APU started. Not even hit the start button. There we go. With regards to the overhead, not heard any more updates. Unfortunately, today it was meant to be the dispatch day, but there's not been any further updates, which is disappointing. I have dropped them an email. I'm just waiting for a reply, but because there's a bit of a time difference, it takes a little while. I'm hoping it is fairly soon, though, as I'm going to get a little bit impatient. So they told me the time frame should be 20 working days for production time. There's been a week delay on that, which is fair enough. So hopefully it won't be much longer. There we go, just getting the APU running as we can see. Just getting the last few bags on, so one more dolly and then there they go. So APU's on and available. We'll go on to APU bleed and disconnect the external power. So it should be a fairly straightforward flight, really. Like I say, unfortunately no ATC here at Innsbruck today. No other aircraft at the minute either, which is unusual, because this is a fairly busy airport, to be honest. Just because it's quite a challenging approach. Cheers for the follow, John. Hope you're well, mate. And welcome to everyone on YouTube and TikTok. We'll get ourselves going shortly. So like I say, initial climb is actually 11,000 feet. We will just get that tuned in and go from there. We'll enable constraints. QNH1005 flight directors are all on and ready. So it's just a case now, I'm just waiting for these last few bags to go on. Once these bags are on, boarding will be complete and we can get ourselves pushed back from stand. So the runway's nice and dry today, no ice on it, which is wonderful. We've not really flown here when it's been icy. It's certainly something we'll have to just see, because we've not really dealt much with ice in flight sim. It's quite unusual, but we'll see how we go there. So after this we'll get the before start checklist done, but obviously we can't do that until all the doors and hatches are closed. And we'll go from there. One more bag to go, and I think the one at the back is all done, so we'll get the boarding complete notification in a second. GSX has certainly come a long way in terms of where it started from. Hell of a lot more accurate than it used to be. A lot of detail. It does add a lot to the immersion as well. So then, any second now we should get our boarding complete message. There's a chance I may have to wait a couple of minutes for.
Hello and very good afternoon to you all. My name's Cameron. On behalf of the entire crew, very warm welcome on board this British Airways flight.
Boarding's complete.
To help us depart as soon as possible, please place your larger hand baggage.
Before start, parking brake set, takeoff speeds and thrust. Is 125, 125, 130. Thrust of 59. Windows closed, I believe. And beacon.
Baggage is safely stowed. Please make yourself comfortable and keep the aisle clear for all remaining customers to join us on board.
Windows closed, beacon is on, and doors are shut as well.
Smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, vaping, and other smoking devices, is not permitted at any time whilst on board. This includes the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors.
So it's waiting
Again,
for
thank you, and a very warm welcome on board this British Airways flight.
then else to. So continue pushback, and obviously we want to be facing west.
May I have your attention, please? On our flight today, we have a customer travelling with us who has a severe nut allergy. Can we please request that you refrain from eating any nut snacks?
Release parking brakes.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Brakes release will stand by for start until push is complete.
Push. All engines clear. Start exit.
Roger, no worries, we're going to wait until engines are clear and then we'll start our engines. So ignition starts, will enable spoilers.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic and cross-check.
Like I said, we're going to wait a couple of minutes just to get ourselves away from the terminal building, then we'll get ourselves started up. Cheers for the follow, Airborne Entertainment, mate. So we'll just get ourselves away a little bit, and then we'll start in engine 2. I don't know what then.
Welcome on board, everyone. All customers have now boarded, and we're about to brief you on the safety procedures of this Airbus 319. We ask that you remove your personal headphones until the end of the briefing. Portable electronic devices may be used during the flight as long as they are in flight safe mode. Unfortunately, Wi-Fi services will not be available on our flight today. Please complete any emails or messages you wish to send now before putting your devices in flight safe mode. You may use handheld devices such as mobile phones, tablets and e-readers during takeoff and landing. You may also use personal headphones at these times. Larger items, including laptops, must be switched off and stowed away safely. As a reminder, smoking is not permitted at any time.
Brake set. So flight 1.
We'll now demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Your attention is essential, and these may differ from any aircraft you've flown before.
Starting engine 1.
Please study the safety card in your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft type, such as brace position and the location and operation of
Unlocking
the
gear.
doors. In the event of an emergency, low-level lighting will guide you to an exit.
So we could have announced our pushback because there's no other aircraft here. It seemed a pretty pointless task.
Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, bearing in mind this may be behind you.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
G Money, mate, you are correct by that, to be fair. You are very, very correct. That is the correct sequence. Sometimes I forget which way around it is, to be honest. But yeah, they have changed the sequence. It is engine 1, then engine 2. You are correct, mate.
And adjusted like this.
And most of the time we do adopt that. I don't really know why I started engine 2 today, but there we go.
For your comfort and safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible at all times during the flight. If the cabin air supply fails, oxygen will be provided.
So,
Masks like this will appear automatically.
takeoff config.
This should be removed before putting on an oxygen
So I'm pretty sure.
Stay
There's the
in your
pin.
seat until the oxygen mask is warmed you. Place the oxygen mask over
Engine mode select to normal. APU can come off.
Adjusting the band to secure it. Please note that the bag may not inflate.
Just habit, I think, sometimes as well.
Pull on a current streamer to release your mask. Do make sure your own mask is fitted.
After start,
Your life jacket
anti-ice not required. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim 0.5 up. Rudder trim is neutral. Flight controls full up.
your waist and tie them securely in a double bow.
Pull up. Pull down. Neutral.
To inflate
Pull left.
the red toggle first show.
Pull right.
The air
Neutral.
control tug by using
Rudder.
the mouthpiece.
Pull left.
There's a whistle and
Pull
a light
right.
requesting attention.
Neutral.
Do not inflate your life jackets until you are outside the aircraft.
So we're going to enable terrain as well.
Any personal devices with flight safety.
Okay, so wind shear after departure be toga, and then our plan will be to make a left-hand turn to try and escape. There's a little bit less terrain on that left side.
Luggage for takeoff and landing. Take care your device does not get lost within your seat. If it does, please
So we're just going to wait a second just for the cabin to be secure, because obviously the taxi time is very, very small.
switched off and disconnected from any seat power sockets when not being used in flight. Please ensure your hand baggage does not block the aisles or exits. It must be put under
Innsbruck traffic, speedbird 97 whiskey, taxi into runway 26, hold point Bravo 1.
fall out and into someone. In the event of an evacuation, you must move quickly to the closest useful exit.
Taxi checklist, flight controls. Checked. Flap setting, config 1 plus F, radar, predictive wind shear system on and auto.
Down, and your tray table is folded
Engine mode selected norm, and EGKK memo takeoff no blue.
position in preparation for takeoff. Smoking, including e-cigarettes, vaping, and the use of other smoking devices, is not permitted at any time whatsoever. This includes the toilets which are fitted with smoke detectors. If you have any questions, please ask Commander.
Yeah, buddy, how are we doing?
Thank you very much for your attention.
Right then.
Having crew seats for takeoff.
Flight deck.
Hello, it's camera at door 1 left. Cabin secured for takeoff.
Wonderful. So we will now taxi to our holding point. That's any other aircraft on the radar. So taxi checklist, flight control. Oh, we've already done that. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway confirmed to 6. TCAS T8R8, and we're going to have packs 1 and 2 both off for departure. Brake check. There we go. It's a little bit sensitive. So this is Bravo 1. Innsbruck traffic, speedbird 97 whiskey, backtrack, runway 26. So we're going to make a right turn, well, then we'll do the backtrack procedure and then depart, obviously, on the westerly runway. So clear on that side, just clearing the approach so we can see. There's nothing on the radar. There we go. Just feel like this. So bring our nose round. Just slow, so it's down a touch more. So I'll wait till about halfway round and then we'll announce our departure from runway 26. Then that's on. Right, we'll just get nice and slow around here. There's your traffic, speedbird 97 whiskey, departing runway 26 left into the traffic. Definitely not 26 left, it's definitely 26. Because I'm thinking of Gatwick. There's actually another grass runway over to the right side, to be fair. So get us lined up nicely. So we clear to take off. 40% M1, just hold it there. Take off. Manflex 59 SOS runway with the spook. Thrust set. E1. Rotate. Positive climb, yep. Nav. Just climb flight. X12 goes on. Zero.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Pacific landing lights off AP way. Standard Russia. Three zero managed. Just gonna stand by a couple more 1,000 feet before we release the cabin. A little bit rainy. Nice views over the mountain scenery zone. There we go, bit of a rainbow there as well. So guys, that's us departed out of Innsbruck. So let's just continue our climb now. and we'll talk a little bit about the routing in a moment. It's very similar to the routing that we had on the way. It's slightly different. It's slightly lower down than the initial route. Talk you through that in a second. Obviously, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to ask them to the best of my ability. And thank you for joining us. It was quite a nice little departure, actually. It's nice to actually manually fly for a little bit longer as well. So we're going to release the cabin now. It seems fairly secure, so we'll get that cabin released and we'll let you guys watch some views over the lovely mountain scenery. So talking about our routing today. So obviously we just departed Innsbruck, which is in Austria. So we're going to head to the north side of Austria, and then we will be over to Germany. We'll be tracking on the sort of south side of Germany, south of Frankfurt, over Stuttgart, and then basically heading directly just above Luxembourg, and then overhead Belgium and overhead Brussels. Then we'll be tracking from Brussels just near Bruges, with Bruges and Dunkirk, and then we'll be heading out over the English Channel into the south-easterly side of the UK, around Maidstone sort of area and Margate, and then we'll be tracking inwards towards lovely London Gatwick. Currently there is ATC online, so London Control Zone is online at the minute. I'm also tower at Gatwick is online. Hopefully that stays the same during today's flight, and we'll see how that transpires as we go. So it's detected some ice, so it wants us to put some anti-ice on. It's fine, we can do that for the minute. It does this quite a lot, and then it'll say that there's no ice detected after a little while. It's just due to the cloud that we're going through. And also there is some snow on the mountain tops as well. It's a fairly nice departure out of Innsbruck, to be fair. Certainly more enjoyable than some departures. Just trying to see what we have an offer for you. Like I say, our flight time was 1 hour 29 minutes after departure, or after landing. Current time is going to be 15:01 for our landing time. Obviously that can be a little bit shorter depending on our routing. Maybe there are some shortcuts that can be had, especially as we come into UK airspace. They may give us a little bit of a shortcut over to Gatwick. However, we're not sure of that at the moment, and we'll play that by ear as we progress along. So we're going to move. So he's got terrain on his radar. Now we're at the terrain zone, and we're now onto the weather section. So we've got a little bit of cloud, as you can see. We're climbing to flight level 380, so hopefully a lot of that cloud will dissipate as we climb. Hello everyone, how are we doing, mate? Hello everyone on TikTok and YouTube. We're streaming on both of them today. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Like I say, our landing time is going to be, well, our approach timer will be about 14:40 or so. So if you guys need to head off, and you can always come back around that time to watch our descent, because quite often that's the thing. It's a little bit mundane once you're up in the air, but that's where everyone's questions and chats come in very handy and pass a lot of time. I don't know if anyone's got their hands on yet on the new wing throttles. I'm very intrigued to see how you guys get on with it, how you feel they are. Do they feel quite accurate? Because that is something that we are looking at. They are on pre-order actually. However, I'm not sure if we're going to go with them just yet. Main reason is obviously there's no landing gear lever, which is one of the slight issues with it. I mean, it's not a huge issue because there are obviously ways that we can get around that for the time being. But and there are other panels out there which could provide that functionality as well. We're just waiting for our overhead panel. Hopefully once that comes, that will make a big difference to our simulator sessions as well. Be a little bit more realistic in that respect. Like I say, a lot of this weather's dissipating as we proceed further. We'll have a look at the weather as well at Gatwick in a second. And, we will go from there. So it's now saying ice is not detected. So as ice is not detected, we can get rid of that. We've got a company message which chances are is going to be our final load sheet, which would differ from the original. There we go, so all done and dusted. So let's have a quick look at the weather for our arrival into Gatwick. So what we can do, because we know there's ATC online, we can actually request a full ATIS for the airport. So we're going to the AAC menu, ATIS, and we want Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, and arrival, and click send. We'll give it a minute, head over to messages, and we'll just wait for that to pop up. On our route today, I don't think we'll actually hit any ATC. So Munich obviously we hit the other day. Unfortunately, I think because of the route that we're taking, I'm not going to be overhead Munich at the moment. There are a couple of opportunities to shorten the route slightly, especially over the channel. Should be a couple of opportunities to do that. We'll see how that progresses. So here's our ATIS, that's now come back. So Echo Golf for Kilo Kilo communication ATIS is Foxtrot at 12:20 0 hours, runway in use is 26 left, transition 7,500 feet, no TAMs, ILS approach to be expected, Gatwick clearance and delivery are closed. Service continues on tower frequency 124.230. Current speeds are, so wind is 256 knots, that's good. Visibility is good at 10 kilometers. Fuel clouds at 3,400 feet, 14 degrees Celsius. QNH 997. Data link clearances are available. Welcome to if taxiway limit is not usable between. If taxiway limit is not usable between taxiway back off and back off. Okay. Vacate aircraft information should be brought into 08 route. Only call for push once talk is connected and ready to go. Knowledge receipt of information Foxtrot and for departures. First contact. So it doesn't mention anything about showers on here, which is good for the minute. Obviously we'll have a look at that as we proceed across, and we will start having a look at our landing performance as we get a little bit further along the flight. One thing we will do is we'll just quickly compare our fuel to see where we should be at in terms of fuel this leg in the flight. So we'll pick another waypoint, so Cunard, just find this on here. So Cunard we should have, how much fuel should we have? So 4.43 is what we should have. And as usual, I forgot to hit the chrono button scan. I don't know if anyone's got these L3 panels that basically go alongside the wing. If anyone has, feel free to let me know if they're any good. If they are, I may purchase one, because the amount of times I don't hit that chrono button, it's quite frustrating actually. Hey Phil, how are we doing, buddy? Yeah, we'll see how we're going. Obviously, if anyone wants to head over to our YouTube, we do have a little bit more content over on YouTube than we do currently on TikTok. We are slowly building the content on TikTok. Obviously, it takes a little while, especially with things like tutorials and stuff. We will maybe start integrating some of them. Not always. The problem is it's quite a lot of work for TikTok, whereas I find it a lot easier to integrate into YouTube. Whereas I find TikTok a little bit of a challenge sometimes, just due to restrictions of time limits as well. Cheers for the share, buddy. Thank you for that. Obviously, the more people we get on here, the better. It's certainly been a good decision moving over to TikTok. I did debate it for a little while whether it was going to be worthwhile, but so far it seems pretty good. Apologies, we haven't had any videos in the last few days. Main reason I've been at work, and unfortunately, there's not going to be any content properly until Sunday now. Unfortunately, and that is mainly because I'm at work on nights now until Saturday morning. No, Sunday morning. I'm off nights, in fact. So unfortunately, yes, that will be the case with that. Like I say, if you are looking at good model matching, FSLTL have just released a new update. I've not yet tried it. I was going to try it just before, well, during this flight. Issue was the download is quite big. I think it's about an 8 GB download and a 56 GB install. However, I'm running a little bit low on storage space, so I need to move my community folder across to another drive. I don't know if anyone's found that bit of a challenge, changing the community folder to a different location. I'm hoping that I can just drop and drag it across, but we'll see. I'm just praying that I haven't got to reinstall everything again, because that would be a little bit disappointing if that is the case. But if we have to, we have to. Something that can't be helped. Obviously, if you've got any other flight sim news or updates for us, feel free to drop them in the comments as well. I do try and keep up with some bits and bobs, but it can be a little bit tricky at times. So it looks like we've just gone into someone's control zone. I don't know why, but there we go. 125-200. I don't think we would enter their airspace, but there we go.
On board and fuel remaining a minute.
Whiskey, Roger, stand by.
Lincoln radar. I have a radar, good afternoon. Spirit 97 Whiskies with you, flight level 360.
Spirit 97 Whiskey, long radar, good afternoon. Squawk 6666.
Squawking 6666, Spirit 97 Whiskey.
To Lima Romeo, descend flight level 200.
Descending flight level 200 to Lima Romeo.
Good. 97 Whiskey, identifying flight level 380.
I'm 380, Speed 97 Whiskey. So we've got a little bit of dodgy weather approaching. Hopefully that shouldn't be a problem once we we'll play it by ear. If we need to divert across a little bit, we can do. Just a right hand turn due to weather. So we're just about approaching to 360.
Hotel 3 from Papa, Langen, hello, identified. Expect out of 25 left, information Lima, and descend flight level 250.
Expect 25 left, 250.
Thunder 55 Echo, further climb on Unicom, ciao.
Unicom, Thunder 55 Echo.
Hello, 3 Whiskey, we have about 90 sawn on board and about 90 minutes fuel left.
3 Whiskey, Roger, 90 souls on board and 90 minutes of fuel, confirm.
Affirmative.
3 Whiskey, Roger, descend to altitude 3000 feet.
Enter 3000 feet, that's not 3 Whiskey.
Someone's having an emergency somewhere.
KLM 25 Lima Mike. Contact departure 120-155. Hotel 3 Mike Charlie, turn right heading 070. Hotel 3 Bravo Whiskey, will you be able to vacate the runway?
We should be able to find 3 Whiskey.
Roger.
Hey buddy, how are we doing? Cheers for the share. At least we've got a little bit of ATC to listen to as well. A little bit more interesting than listening to me all day. So we're keeping an eye on the weather. It's looking fairly alright, to be honest.
Hotel 3 Bravo Whiskey, don't forget to descend 3000.
3000 3 Whiskey, sorry.
So I'm going to have a guess that he's going to Frankfurt to after this.
Hotel 3 Bravo Whiskey, turn right heading 220 KVLS Zulu 25 center.
Right 220 KVLS Zulu 25 center. Turn 3 Whiskey.
Hotel 3 Mike Charlie, call arrival 125 355. Call arrival 125 355.
125 355, Charlie,
So, Anatolia 3 Tango Uniform, descend flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200 until that 3 Tango Uniform.
Hotel 2 Lima Romeo, descend flight level 180.
Hey Graham, how do you do?
Hotel 111, report your heading to arrival 125 355. Ciao, Transavia 5 Whiskey, proceed direct serum.
Direct serum, Transavia 5 Whiskey.
Boeing 766, descend flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250, Boeing 766.
Hotel 2 Uniform Papa, DB1 Bravo arrival, descend via star flight level 110.
DB1 Bravo, descend via star level 110.
Hotel 3 Bravo Whiskey, call tower 11878, ciao.
Tower 11878, Sound 3 Bravo Whiskey, ciao.
Much to see really. It's fairly nice until we look at the weather that's up quick.
Hotel 2 Lima Romeo, proceed direct Delta Foxtrot 680 and descend flight level 100, rate 1500 or greater.
Direct 680 and descending flight level 100, 150 or greater, to Lima Romeo.
Anatolia 3 Tango Uniform, descend flight level 110, rate 1500 or less.
Descend flight level 110, rate 1500 or less until that 3 Tango Uniform.
So it's going to put some numbers.
Langan radar, Castrol 46, Tango Alpha, flight level 370, direct departure, and CPD Alpha.
Castrol 46 Tango Alpha, hello, identified, thanks for calling. CPD, yeah, I will pick you up in a moment.
So 998. The Barrow, sorry, it's the KNH for Gatwick. Just quickly pop the landing performance into the MCD, so that's all ready to go. Like I say, it could get a little bit bumpy in about 60 miles, so chances are probably what we'll do is we'll whack the seatbelt signs on just to make sure it's going okay. Never know, might see a little bit of lightning or something. We'll see how the how it goes. So we'll leave it at 60 mile range at the minute. We've got another 122 miles until the next waypoint.
Hotel 5 Tango Romeo, call now München 128030.
München 128, erstmal 030, Lufthansa 5 Tango Romeo, danke.
Anatolia 3 Tango Uniform, maintain speed 280 knots or greater, and proceed direct Delta Foxtrot 680.
Proceed direct Delta Foxtrot 680, speed 280 knots or greater until the 3 Tango uniform.
Alpha 2 Lima Romeo, speed 260 knots or less.
260, that's 2 Lima Romeo.
Wing 7660, descent flight level 180.
Descent flight level 180, Wing 766.
London Gatwick 3 Tango uniform, call now arrival 125355, goodbye.
Arrival on 125.355 until the 3 Tango uniform.
I'm gonna lower from door 9, Charlie Julie passing correction, flying level 130 to Annecy.
Condor 9 Charlie Juliet Lang, hello, identified, proceed direct Deton, climb flight level 330.
We're actually going to increase our Mac load, so we're going to
Condor 9 Charlie Juliet.
got more fuel than required really, so we'll go with Mac load.
Alpha 2 Lima Romeo, report your speed to arrival 125.355, ciao.
125.355.
We'll have a good look as well to see how long we're going to be in this control zone.
Sure.
I've got to look at VATSIM radar just to see whereabouts we should be. So we're
Wing
actually
766, further descent on Unicom 122.8, ciao.
Continue descent on Unicom, Wing 766. Goodbye.
so what I can see, we're actually out of his control zone, but clearly we're not out of his control zone. So we've got aircraft below us 1,000 feet or so. Let's have a look, see if we can see him. So we'll get out of this window somewhere if we do see him. Yeah, 1,000 feet below, so we should get a visual of him.
Alpha 2 uniform Papa, proceed direct Delta Foxtrot 680.
Direct Delta Foxtrot 680,
No, must have missed him. Can't see him anywhere. Oh well.
About 907 Whiskey leaving my airspace shortly, unfortunately. No further ATC available. Bonus to Unicom, goodbye.
Oh, Unicom, we were nice at Whiskey, thanks. Let's see that. Back to Unicom. So guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to quickly grab myself a drink while we're in this sort of phase of flights. And before we hit all this weather, just to see, we've got about 40 minutes or so probably about weather. So I should be back in a few minutes. grab everyone back with you. So some of this weather has actually shifted over a little bit, which is good. So hopefully we'll avoid the worst of it. So one thing we can actually do is we'll start having a look at our arrival. By doing that, we'll start looking at the charts. So, get rid of Innsbruck off here, go on to the start. So, we are having a Tibra 2 Golf arrival. So, let's see, there's a couple of different options here. So, we're going to enter at this point here, and let's just show you a little bit better. So, this is where we are going to enter. So, we're going to enter the arrival route at Tibra. And like I said, we're going to be doing the Tibra 2 Golf arrival. Cheers for that, buddy. Yeah, that's not a bad setup, mate. Thanks for that. Took a little while to get to this setup, but well, it took many years to get to this sort of setup. But no, thanks. Do appreciate it. I love a triple screen monitor. To be fair, it's so good. We did try and actually spread it across all three screens, but it's a bit of a nightmare that way. So, as you can see at Aviation, we need to be level at flight level 140. So chances are we'll probably start our descent over, well, probably way before we even leave French airspace, to be honest. And then from here we'll insert and we will come in at Arnhem. Obviously you can see we've got a holding pattern here, so we basically shouldn't let's stop doing that. Unselect, there we go, right. So looking at this, yes, this is the Phoenix, mate. So it says here, warning, do not proceed beyond Timber without ATC clearance. So Timber is a little bit further up, hence why this is where the routine is. Obviously it depends if ATC is online. So this is also a holding pattern that we can use, so if we need to, we can hold here. Then we proceed further down, next restriction is a speed of 250 knots, then at LOWI speed of 250 knots. And then once we get to Timber, this is where we need to be at flight level 70 and a speed of 220 knots. And that's a max speed of 220 knots. As we proceed further across, it shows us 2000. So this big section here is our minimum safe altitude. So our minimum safe altitude is here. There is also a hold, and that is signified by the big H that's here. So that indicates that there is a holding pattern for that waypoint. So Timber, there is a holding pattern. Max speed 220 knots, and we can operate between flight level 70 and flight level 140. So we can use that on busy days. They will use that. Not typically on flight sim. It doesn't really matter. So you need to learn how to do missed approaches and holds. So I'll tell you what, we'll have a talk about that now then, shall we? So let's talk about holds. So every chart will have a list of holds, and they're always signified by either a H. So if the hold is not displayed on the chart, so as you can see here, that is a holding pattern that's displayed on the chart. If it's not displayed on the chart, but you kind of know that it's going to be on the chart, because if you remember over here it says do not proceed beyond Timber, and normally that means there'll be a holding pattern, because you can't just stop in mid-air obviously. So that is signified by the H on the chart, and this H obviously relates to this part here. So this says that at Timber, so we need to work out, there's obviously two vectors there, so we've got 308 degrees and 128 degrees. So you're going to think, oh, which one am I selecting? And it's really straightforward when you think about it. So which direction are you flying to Timber? So this is Timber's waypoint here. Which way are you flying to Timber? So you're flying from LOWI, so you're going to insert at this sort of angle into the Timber hold. So that becomes obvious then, that you're going to then insert 308 degrees, and then you are going to obviously follow the right hand circuit as indicated by the arrow. The only difference that you need to know is, so below flight level 140 it's going to ask you for a distance, and I'll talk you through this in a minute. We'll set it all up in a minute and I'll show you exactly how it's done. So at 140 you need to be, it's basically anything over flight level 140 it's 1.5 minutes, and anything below that it's 1 minute, which then gives a set distance, and obviously it gives you your max speed. So let's jump into the MCDU and I'll show you how we insert this, and we'll use timber as an example. So let's jump down. So what we'll do is we'll just move down with the arrows all the way down to where we can see timber on our waypoints. Here we go. So there's Larnick, there's timber. So we select timber on the left hand side. I don't know if you can see where my hand is. So we select timber here on the left, and that will open up timber, and then you'll see there's an option for hold. So on the hold option here, we click hold, and then it's going to say ENB course, which stands for inbound course. So which course are you inserting at? So if we go back to our chart, we said that we're going to be using the 308 degrees. So if we was coming out of timber, going out towards the coast, obviously we'll be using 128. That would be our inbound course. So our inbound course is actually 308 degrees. So we'll put 308 degrees. And what we'll do in a minute, I will put this on the plan. I don't think, there you go. So that's already inserted, this plan. And the next thing that it's going to ask for is what sort of turn it is. Is it a right hand turn or a left hand turn? And it's really easy, you either put L or R, and it's defaulted at a right hand turn. And the next thing it's going to ask is your time and distance. So the time and distance, so because we're going to be below flight level 140, our distance is going to be 7 miles. If we were above flight level 140, we go to 1.5 miles, which gives then a bigger radius of 10.4 miles. So I'll just show you visually. So 1 mile, and that should change that circle pattern. And basically click insert, and that will now be there. So if we've got that planned, which we have, so as we go here, it's going to say now got timber hold right hand pattern, which you can see here, and it's indicated here. If ATC then say you don't need to hold, then what we can do is you can click exit, and we can exit the hold, and we just simply click insert, and it will go back to the original plan. And you'll basically go back to the plan. You'll notice there is a flight plan discontinuity there, and the reason for that is because typically after timber, ATC will give you vectors for the ILS. If they don't and they're offline, you can literally just click clear the discontinuity, and it will give you a vector in between the two waypoints. So hopefully that clears things up a little bit for you. No, it is fairly simple. And let's talk a little bit about missed approach procedures, because that's something that we don't do very often on the channel. Occasionally we do. So you want to head over to the ILS DME chart, so runway 26 left for example, he says, and the missed approach procedure isn't actually on here, which is really annoying. Okay, so maybe it's this, it's the final approach chart, so the CAT 123 ILS approach chart. Okay, so the missed approach, as you can see here in the Phoenix, so this all only applies to the Phoenix. Thanks for the rose body. So a missed approach procedure, it's quite simple. Climb to 3,000 feet, straight ahead until passing 2,000 feet, or 1 point DME that stands for. So that stands for 1 point DME, or whichever is later. Then turn left onto a heading of 178 degrees, and then as directed by ATC. And if ATC isn't online, then you can basically do your own plan. So the way this works is, so we have a missed approach here. We then head at 2 DME at this point. Sorry, 1 DME from the runway. It then says that we're going to make a left-hand turn of 178 degrees, which is published on the chart here. And then after that, and we'll climb to 3,000 feet on that missed approach, because that is what it says up here, is we can climb to 3,000 feet. So the only thing that we obviously need to consider is you're flying straight ahead to passing 2,000, and then you make that left turn, which typically is going to be after 1 DME away. And how that's displayed on here, so this will actually be already displayed on here. You won't actually need to insert this information yourself. So the Phoenix is very clever, it knows all the missed approach procedures for every star. So if we go further down, so at the minute you're not going to see anything here until, so we've got Echo Golf Kilo Kilo 26 left, so that is the final waypoint. The next thing you can see is it says 2000. Well, that 2000 is the indicator after our departure. At the minute you won't see it on the navigation display, but it is all in there, and as you can see there is a heading track of 178 degrees at 3,000 feet. So as soon as you reject the takeoff, your navigation display will display the go around procedure, the missed approach procedure, and it should show you on that. So hopefully that clears things up a little bit for you, Captain Phil, or I don't know, it's not Captain Phil, Chill Phil. Hopefully that clears things up a little bit for you. Obviously, if you've got any other questions, I've got plenty of time to run through it. Hopefully it wasn't too tricky to work out. Like I say, I can give you some other examples. Most big airports have some form of holding pattern. I think Heathrow have 4 different holding patterns, but it all just depends on the airport really. And that's the thing, it's all a case of looking at the charts really. And they do it, the airport information is available. So although this shows me the starred charts, which is the ones that we're likely to use, if we go to all charts and look at reference documents, this will talk you through absolutely everything about the airport, absolutely everything. So it talks about noise abatement procedures, it talks about a general overview of the airport, so that generally gives you a picture and a little bit around the area of the airport. With regards to things like, so 26 left, 26 right, so there'll be a specific guidance on that. It talks a little bit if there's a displaced threshold and the different approaches that are operated from there. The other thing to make a note of, so if we are arriving, we want to know what taxiway we're going to use, which can be a bit of a nightmare trying to work this out. So generally, if you go into ground charts and airport briefing, so this is everything about the airport, every single thing that you need to know about the airport. Typically, we'll look at the arrival chart because you want to know of where you're going to vacate. So after a while, you'll skim through a lot of this because you know what the arrival bit looks like. So here we go. This gives you some information about taxiways here. So we're going to use 26 left today. Taxiway Echo Romeo, Foxtrot Romeo and Golf Romeo, and it tells you the distance from the threshold and what exit speed you should go out. So around 50 knots is the max exit speed. I think you'd be pretty brave going at 50 knots along there, but there we go. And it also tells you traffic vacating at taxiway Echo Romeo is to turn right onto taxiway or onto runway 08 left. So that is really common with Gatwick because they don't use dual runways. That is really common that you can do that. We use that as a taxiway after landing, and quite often that's in your ATIS briefing as well, especially for Gatwick. It's quite common. Yes, we are on VATSIM, mate. We are live on VATSIM. Unfortunately, no ATC currently where we are. However, when we go into London airspace, oh hello. I say when we go into London airspace, but I can't see. Oh, no, we're online. London South Control is online, so hopefully we will hit that. But we'll play that by ear. What else have we got on here? Gatwick is also, I think Gatwick Tower's online as well. So fair enough. Yeah, say intentions. I've not used it personally. I've watched quite a few videos about it. It seems pretty good, to be fair. And it is good because it gets you sort of knowing the lingo with stuff, knowing what their ATC are requesting. It's all very similar. I would say VATSIM gives you a little bit of a better experience, but then say intentions give you a more consistent experience is what I would say. But it's all about, you say about you've not got confidence for VATSIM. You should hear some of the people, if you listen to my channel, hear some of the people that go on VATSIM who really should not be on VATSIM. If you can control the aircraft safely and follow instructions, you don't need to worry really. We'll all make mistakes. I make mistakes. I made a mistake on this departure today. Yeah, I made a mistake on departure today. I said we're leaving runway 26 left because I've been talking about Gatwick. We all make mistakes. But you make less mistakes. The longer you've done this, you'll make less mistakes, definitely. So what's my PC specs? So nothing too drastic. So we have a, what do we run? So it's an AMD 7800X3D for our processor. We have 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. I think it's 6,000 megahertz. I think. Corsair from memory. Graphics card we use a RTX 4070, I believe. I used to say it was 4060, but it's 4070. It's a 12 gigabyte card. And it's just a, what motherboard is it? It's a MSI motherboard that we use. So that's pretty much system specs. Obviously all water cooled and all that sort of stuff, but it runs fairly well. So before we used to use auto FPS. We've actually come away from that since the flight sim's been updated a bit. We don't really need to use that anymore, thankfully. But no, it shouldn't be too bad really. But you know, thanks. Yeah, they're not bad specs. Don't get me wrong. I would consider using an AMD graphics card. I have really been considering buying one just to get a little bit more consistency with the performance, because don't get me wrong, it does stutter at times. It crashed the day before we'd even started the stream. It's just one of them things really. Yeah, Simple Date 4 seems pretty stable, to be fair. Certainly better than the previous ones. So whereabouts are we? Let's have a quick check in where we are. So we are in Belgium now. We've got 80 miles till we start our descent. So let's request another ATIS for Gatwick, just to make sure we've got the latest spoiler. We'll get that all tuned in, and then we'll look at our decision heights as well. Echo Golf Dealer arrival. Go in there, insert receive the messages. We've got something from British Airways Ops. No delay code required, I know that. ATIS, so information is Alpha 1250 Zulu 26 left in use, transition level 75. It's available, yeah. Wind's now 200 at 7 knots, varying between 160 degrees and 260 degrees. Visibility is good. View clouds 2,300 feet, and 1,500. Temperatures 15 degrees. Connection 997. So let's just head over to the performance page. So 997. 200 at 7 knots was our wind, and 15 degrees Celsius is our temperature. Oh no, not 15 degrees Celsius. The temperature. And the other thing we need to pop in there is our barrow ref, which we will get from our star chart. So if we go to here, so let's have a look. So Cat 2 ILS, which is what we're going to be utilising, radio minimums is 102, or barrow is 1296. So we'll go radio. Excuse me, I'm sneezing. 102 radio, that can go in the box, and that is ready. And that gives us, what was our approach? We had, let me see, 129 approach. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase up to 130. Give ourselves an extra knot, and 124 for our landing speed. I'll have a quick look to how much runway we're going to use. I can pretty much guarantee you that it'll be automated low because it's a really big airport. I just need to have a quick look at the briefing just to see what our landing weight is. 58.9. So yeah, automated low is really comfortable. That's even without reverse. So there we go. Apologies. Where do I put EFB wallpapers? Which folder? So EFB wallpapers. Let me have a think a minute. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let me have a look, just to make sure I tell you the right place. It's definitely not that one. Trying to remember now where it goes. To be fair, there's a really easy way. So there's not a specific folder. What you do, I'll show you over here, just for the like anyway. So what you want to do is you want to go to use external display, and you want to find your local IP address and then put that in. I'm not even sure what my local IP address is in. So that will basically give you a proper decent version of the tablet. What you can do then, so once you're in the internet browser and you've done that, it'll basically open you up a EFB looking page. There'll be an extra option, so if you go into the settings page on that, you see where it says background image, it says here to reset. It says you can change the background image from an external device. So to be fair, you could use your phone, for example. Go onto that, you can then select your image and it will save that image from there on in, really. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed anything though. The logo that's on here isn't actually our new logo. I keep meaning to change it actually, but I've not changed it. Yeah, so it doesn't go into a specific folder, it just saves whatever's been uploaded. So what are we, about 60 miles into our descent? Yeah, about 60-ish miles to our descent now. And then it will go into London, so we'll tune that now. 129, what is it, 129430. So I'm hoping. So we've not picked up Gatwick's towers at the minute, but we may do. So Tibra, let's have a look to make sure all our restrictions are in there. So let's have a look at our arrival route, just to make sure we're going to comply with all the restrictions, because occasionally it does get them wrong. So at Baton we want to be level at 140. That's fine, that's in the box. 250 knots for our speed. Yeah. Should be 220 at Timber, I think. Yeah. That actually got that wrong. It's got like 253, so 220, 7,000. Just insert that there, and away we go. So that's got that inserted. So Timber's now 223. No, it should be 223. It's definitely not. 220 / Timber. 227,000 insert. Oh, and then reduce which one down to the end. That's right. So we've got another aircraft in front of us. Where is he? He's about 20 miles away, 2,000 feet below. We could consider starting our descent a little bit earlier as well. Is the black on your stream black? I think it's a black background, if I remember rightly. I'm not sure. No, I think it's just the void, I think. Why? Is there something wrong with that? Or is it just something you're worrying for yourself? So I don't use TikTok Studio, so I use some software called Streamlabs, and that allows me to then stream both to TikTok and YouTube all at the same time. Just makes things a little bit easier, to be fair, and it's a really good software, really good. Hopefully you'll see that soon as well, especially when we get our overhead, it will make things a little bit better. Like I say, if you want to see the full screen version, head over to YouTube. YouTube's probably the better viewing quality, I would say, than TikTok, but it's what it is, really.
Brussels traffic, Skyways 169, turning right base, runway 25 left, Brussels.
So we could consider starting our descent a little bit earlier. So we could consider descending flight level 300 by Boulogne. I've heard of. Yeah, I must admit TikTok is very, very new to me. I'm learning things about TikTok all the time, to be quite honest with you. I have had TikTok personally for a while, but never streamed, so it's quite a recent thing. It's difficult as well because of the different sort of views. Obviously, we've got the mainstream view, and also that's why typically I always tend to upload videos afterwards, just that are in the full screen view for you guys to see, because I appreciate that on the TikTok Live it's not the best viewing sort of experience. So let's just start our descent, I think. So let's go flight level 300. And we want to be, let's say flight level 300. Start descent, and that should we'll go back to managed speed. So that way, yeah, 1,000 feet a minute will get us level up below. Then we can just make a steady descent from that. Fair enough. It's something I can look at. To be fair, I've not had a great deal of time to play with it. So there we go. So we may have a little bit of weather as we come overhead below. We'll see how that goes. Potentially we can just go 5 degrees to the left and avoid a little bit of that weather. We'll see how we go. It may disappear. Cheers for the suggestion. Do you do quite a bit of flight simming yourself, and chill Phil? Yeah, Fox, how are we doing, mate? So, Tower Gambler. That's all low. That's not just a scratch on the screen. Ah, it's fair enough, mate. Yeah, we're all still learning. Even I make mistakes all the time.
Skyways 169, 5 mile final, runway 25 left, throttle.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair dues. It is quite enjoyable flight sim. It's whatever you want to get out of it as well, really. Some people, 124,230. Yeah, some people prefer not doing that. Some people enjoy doing it. I don't know. Well, I've flown with flight sim since. Well, I did own 98. I was very young then, though. At least 10-15 years I've been on flight sim. So this could become an issue if he's climbing actually, so it should be alright. Yeah, he's climbing up our way, wonderful. So it's sun up, T-Bro probably, what, 160? It's probably going to be our plan, I would imagine. We could actually put that into sort of the plan. We could go descend to 160, then just have a... That way we're descending a little bit, but fairly low descent rate, really. And at the next waypoint, once we're 140. Yeah, it was streamed for quite a while. I've not. It's only recently, in about the last. I'm trying to think when I started streaming. Maybe the start of this year. So I think I started YouTube the start of this year. I started TikTok about August time. We did debate a lot about TikTok for a while, just because I didn't know how popular it would be. But it turns out it's a little bit more popular than I thought. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't get hundreds and hundreds of people watching, but we get a fair few. Thank you. Who else has given me? So I know you gave me a gift, didn't you? Oh, you gave me 2 gifts. Thanks, Jofa. So I didn't know that gifts on TikTok actually equal a little bit of money. When I say a little bit of money, not a lot of money at all. I think like 7p or something for what I got the other day. Yeah, fair enough, mate. No worries. Cheers for watching. How's everyone doing over on YouTube today? We've been very, very quiet. We've had a couple of people watch. Feel free to say hello, see who's online. Like I say, we may hit a little bit of this weather, but we'll see how we go. So, VS minus 1,300. Like I say, it may give us a little bit of a shortcut, it may not. We'll just see, play it by ear. Russia's traffic, speed bit nice and whiskey, descending flight level 160 to be low by Tibra. The weather seems to be dissipating a little bit, which is good. As you see, we've got a discontinuity at the minute. We'll see how that proceeds along. And then we'll get told it. Let's see if we get much of a view out of it today. Not a great deal. So we're pretty much just about to go over the English Channel, or the North Sea, probably the North Sea. Trying to work out what's... I would class it as the Channel, but then I suppose it could also be the North Sea as well. Like I say, not long down, got 147 miles until we're there pretty much. Like 50 minutes, we have actually added a few minutes on our flight. Which is unusual, normally you tend to lose minutes rather than add them on. So what we'll do, we'll get prepared, we'll set template low for landing. We'll leave the spoilers for now, because chances are we'll probably need to slow ourselves down a little bit. So 140 miles till touchdown, far to go really. Like I say, once we go into London's airspace, and maybe a little bit less chatty, just while we're concentrating on board. Obviously adding a little bit of a video there as well. So we should go into London's airspace. It depends on how strict they are with it. Oh, there we go. Not very strict at all, clearly. So 129430. Let's go over to that. Channel there.
Flight Alpha 120 for the center, cargo 142.
Okay, I said level 6 like up to Gatwick 2000.
ISO2 Foxtrot London, hello, you can climb now to altitude 5,000 feet.
Climb now altitude 5,000 feet, I said.
Lufthansa cargo 1433, turn left, heading of 100 degrees. Left heading 100 degrees, Papa Cargo 142.
Nordic 1307, resume navigation direct dagger.
Direct Dagger, November, Nordic 1207.
London Speedbird 97 Whiskies with you, descend flight 160.
Spin up to Gulf Gatwick, you can descend flight level 140 level by Abton.
Level by Abton 140, speed 97.
Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet, descend altitude 3,000 feet. From there you got about 26 miles.
Roger, down to 3,000 feet, Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet.
French Lille 1, correction 35 Delta, descend flight level 90.
900,
Virgin 5 Zulu Romeo, nothing further now. Unicom, good day.
Over to Unicom.
They're 140 and BS is minus 100.
Speedbird 528, climb flight level 350.
350, Speedbird 528.
Welling 7 Uniform Alpha, further climb with Unicom now, 122.8, bye bye.
Unicom 128, Welling 7 Uniform Alpha.
So I think I've got Ben on today.
You too, bye bye. Nordic 3107, nothing further now, it's Unicom 1228, bye bye.
So we'll tune 124, 230.
I said C Foxtrot, climb now, flight level 100.
Climb now, flight level 100.
I said C Foxtrot, fly heading 055.
Heading 055,
French Delta descend flight level 80.
80 from station.
Cargo Lux 601, nothing further now unfortunately, Unicom, good day.
London Patrol 255 Whiskey with you after flight level 50,
Speedbird 55 Whiskey London, thank you, you can climb now, flight level 150.
Climb now 150, Speedbird 55.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot, Foxtrot Bravo, nothing further now, Unicom 122.8, bye bye.
Unicom 122.8, bye bye, chop.
Speedbird 353, nothing further, Unicom, good day.
Unicom, thank you for the AGC, sure, do for you.
No, I don't.
Easy 8 Yankee X-ray London, thank you, climb now, flight level 110.
Climb now 110 if you
No, I've heard of FS.
Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet, left heading 345.
Left heading 345, Alpine 64 Juliet.
Easy 49 Papa Quebec, report your requested level to cruise.
Request flight of 370 is 49 Papa Quebec.
49 Papa Quebec, roger, you can climb flight level 370.
Climb flight of 370, easy 49 Papa Quebec.
South Chicago, 140 we are
Cheers for the follow, mate.
12,000.
Lufthansa Cargo 1433, thanks, climb flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, Lufthansa Chicago 142.
932 Fox, climb flight level 110.
Climb flight level 110,
Yeah, fair enough, mate.
French Lille 35 Delta, vector to 26 left, there's no delay, fly heading 050 degrees.
We are considering getting Toby eye tracking, to be fair.
Chanix 86 Uniform
Which will change
Tango,
that a little
correction,
bit.
Yankee Tango, 86 Yankee Tango, nothing further, monitor Unicom, good day.
Unicom, Chanix 86 Yankee Tango,
He's a really good controller,
Bye-bye.
this guy. Really, really good.
I said to Foxtrot, left turn, heading of 360 degrees.
Left turn 360 degrees,
Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet, left heading 295, when established localize at 26 left, descend with a glide.
Heading 295, when established localize at center glide, Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet.
Easy 258 November London, hello, passing 3000. 258 November London, hello, you can climb now, flight level 80.
Contact level 80,
French Lille 35 Delta, approximately 36 track miles, 26 left, descend to altitude 5,000 feet. The QNH now 997 hectopascal.
997 hectopascal, listen to the
Speedbird 97 Whiskey, route direct timber.
Redirect timber, speed 97 whiskey.
Easy 49 Papa Quebec, there's nothing further unfortunately. Monitor Unicom, good day.
Route direct Timber. There we go.
Quebec, goodbye.
Hi sir, 2 Foxtrot, climb flight level 190. Climb flight level 190, I said 2 Foxtrot. German cargo 1433, your own navigation direct Coxie, climb flight level 310 level by Coxie.
Director Coxie, and could you repeat the flight level?
Of course can, it's 310 level by Coxie.
310 level by Coxie, German cargo 140G.
Speedbird 198, whenever you're ready, you can descend flight level 260 level Vidil.
Descend flight level 260, say again, speed level 1.
To be level by Vidil.
Descend flight level 260, level by Vidal, speed level 1.
Easy 82 Yankee X-ray, climb flight level 290 direct Zamab.
Level 290 direct Zamab, request 330 final.
Roger. Easy 258 November, turn left, heading 045, climb flight level 130.
Left heading 045, climb flight level 130, EG258 November.
Right, 5 Golf Whiskey, climbing 3337 for 380 in Van Kidley.
So we get the seatbelts on.
Right, 5 Golf Whiskey London, thank you. Climb 380, you can route direct Lelna.
Climb flight level 380 direct Lelna, run 5 Golf Whiskey.
Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet, number 1, tower now 124230, bye bye.
Tower 124230, thank you very much. Alpine 64 Kilo Juliet, bye.
Front to Hill 35 Delta, descend altitude 3,000 feet, turn left heading 360 degrees.
3,360 degrees,
Another Bravo afternoon, 07160,000 feet, go to Golf.
Iberia 0716, London thanks, climb flight level 150 now.
Climb flight level 150, 0716.
I said 2 Foxtrot, left heading of 320 degrees.
Left 320 degrees, I said 2 Foxtrot.
Speedbird 97 Whiskey, descend flight level 120.
Then 120, Speedbird 97 Whiskey.
London
Control,
Golf,
120.
Tango Delta Charlie.
Golf Tango Delta Charlie, London, hello, pass your message.
Golf, Papa Tango Delta Charlie, VFR Wycombe to Shoreham. We are 10 miles north of Farnborough, altitude 2,100, QNH 99.8 hectopascals, requesting zone transit of Farnborough.
Golf Papa Tango Delta Charlie, roger, remain outside controlled airspace as a basic service, and Squawk 6462, the Farnborough QNH 997 hectopascals.
Remain outside controlled airspace, Squawk 6462, basic service, and 997 hectopascals.
Speedbird 198, Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Advisory 122.8, bye-bye, Vincent.
Bye-bye.
London, hello. Speedbird 29 Charlie, Airbus A380, information Foxtrot, Civic 1 hotel arrival.
I've got a couple there, Speedbird 29 Charlie, London, thanks. Squawk 5666.
Squawk 5666, Speedbird 29 Charlie.
Runway 13 Uniform Lima, London, thanks. Fly heading 090 degrees, Squawk 0532. Front to Nil 35 Delta, left heading 295. When established, localizer 26 left, descend with a glide.
Lift to 50, when intercept this
Easy 258 November, left turn 330 degrees, climb flight level 190.
Left 330 degrees, climb 190, easy 258 November.
I said 2 Foxtrot, your own navigation, direct M-bore, and further climb with Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Navigation direct M-bore, Unicom 1228, okay,
London KLM Frank, make descent to flight level 238, descent.
Colonel 4, Yankee Mike, London, thanks. Visit 1 Golf for Gatwick, descend flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200 and descent 1 Golf, Gatwick KLM Frank.
Silver 29 Charlie, descend flight level 140 level Civic.
Descend flight level 140, level Civic, speedbird 29 Charlie.
Do I have easy 56 Zulu Kilo, London?
You do indeed, passing 180 inbound Buxer.
56 Zulu Kilo, London, thanks. Squawk 0217.
0217, easy 56 Zulu Kilo.
Easy 258 November, resume your own navigation, direct Tumty.
Own navigation, direct Tumty.
Transfer Lil 35 Delta, number 1, tower now 124.230, bye-bye.
124.230, bye-bye.
And Golf Delta Charlie, just for my planning, are you looking to go through the overhead or just to transit through the zone?
We're going to go M3 junction 4 overhead then to A31 Holland roundabout.
Golf Papa Tango Delta Charlie, Roger, you are clear to transit the Farnborough Control Zone, Mike 3 junction 4 to the overhead, then the A31 VRP, not above altitude 2,300 feet VFR.
Clear to transit Farnborough zone, M3 junction 4, overhead A3 Holland roundabout, not above 2,300 feet VFR, Golf Delta Charlie.
Delta Charlie, just confirm the levels not above 2,300 feet.
Level not above 2,300 feet, Golf Delta Charlie.
Golf Delta Charlie, correct.
London Control, very good afternoon, Speedbird 6 Juliet Lima.
So 6 Juliet Lima, London, hello to you, correction, 6 Lima Juliet, London, hello, climb flight level 150.
That's flight level 150 to the 6 Lima Juliet.
Rhino 13 Uniform Lima, the squawk 0532, please. Easy 729 London, hello, climb now, flight level 130.
Flight 130,
Speed 55 Whiskey, climb flight level 390, direct Lelna.
390, direct Lelna.
Speed 528, Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
122.8, Speedbird 528.
Easy 56 Kilo, climb flight level 370.
So we should get further descent at the moment.
370 direct Somber, easy 56 Kilo.
Rhino 13 Uniform Lima, turn right heading 175, climb flight level 200. Just confirm the cleared level for me, flight level 200. Iberia 0716, climb flight level 350.
Climb level 350, 0716.
Speedbird 97 Whiskey, fly heading 270 degrees, expected for 26 left, no delay, and descend flight level 80.
Right, 270 degrees and 26 left, no delay, and ascend altitude, say again.
Flight level 80.
Flight level 80, 97 Whiskey.
KLM 4 Yankee Mike, descend flight level 150.
Flight level 150, KLM, thank you.
Speedbird 29 Charlie, route direct Ockham.
So we're at 270.
Speedbird 29 Charlie.
Flight level 80.
Golf Delta Charlie, vent controlled airspace, radar control.
Radar control, Golf Delta Charlie.
Speedbird 729, turn left, heading 3, make it 005 on the heading, and climb flight level 190. Easy 729, left heading 005, climb flight level 190.
Left heading 005, climb level 190.
Easy 82 Yankee X-ray, further with Unicom 122.8, good day.
Further Unicom 25 G'day, Yankee X-ray, bye-bye.
Speedbird 29 Charlie, descend flight level 130.
Descend flight level 130, Speedbird 29 Charlie.
KLM 4 Yankee Mike, direct Midhurst.
Direct Midhurst, KLM, thank you, mate.
Speedbird 6 Lima Juliet, route direct Zamab, climb flight level 290, level Zamab.
290 for Speedbird 6 Lima Juliet.
Speedbird 97 Whiskey on your present track. You've got about 40 track miles to 26 left. You can descend to altitude 6,000 feet, the Gatwick QNH 997 hectopascal.
That is 6,000 at 997 hectopascal.
KLM 184 with you cruising at 20.
84 London, in fact, Tebra 2 Golf for Gatwick, descend now, flight level 140 to be level by Aberton.
Descend now, flight level 140 to be level by Atom. KLM 184.
Ryanair 13 Uniform Lima, climb flight level 290. Steward 55 Whiskey, there's nothing further now, it's Unicom 1228, bye bye. Easy 729, turn left, heading 335.
Left heading 335, easy 729.
We're going to head in track 270.
130, flight level 410.
Just gets a little bit better. So we're going into track mode 270.
Delta 130 was that, sorry.
So approach checklist bar F 0997 hectopascals, seatbelt on minimums is 102 radio, moderate low, engine mode selected is normal.
Golf Delta Charlie, leave a controlled airspace in 2 miles, what service do you require outside?
Basic service, please, Golf Delta Charlie.
Golf Delta Charlie, roger, 2 miles, it's basic service.
Basic service, 2 miles, Golf Delta Charlie.
Silver 29 Charlie, descend flight level 90. Silver 29 Charlie, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90, Speedbird 29 Charlie.
Speedbird 97 Whiskey, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, on the heading, report localizer established 26 left.
And the 4,000 on the heading, report established 26 left, speed 2.
Right,
approach
now
AP1, AP2,
your own
cut region.
navigation, direct Conan.
It'll be a little bit while before we become established, I think.
Cafe 238 London, hello, climb now, flight level 180, direct Detling.
180 Detling.
So we're going to reduce our speed now to 220
and,
knots.
Speedbird 9901 London.
Just let that come down a touch.
London Control, good evening, Speedbird 991, 6,000 feet.
So 9901 London, thanks, climb now, flight level 150.
150, Speedbird 991.
Ryanair 13 Uniform Lima, further with Unicom now, 122.8, bye bye. Easy 729, resume your own navigation, direct Embor.
Own navigation, Embor,
and Easy 560 Kilo, just to confirm you can climb
Flaps
flight level 370.
370, thank you. Easy 560 Kilo.
KLM 4 Yankee Mike, descend flight level 110.
110 KLM, thank you.
Speedbird 29 Charlie, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Speedbird 29 Charlie.
Speedbird 9901, route direct Zamab, climb flight level 290 level by Zamab.
Direct Dama, level 290 level Dama, Speedbird 91.
Ryanair 5 Golf Whiskey, nothing further now, it's Unicom 1228, good day. Easy 729, there's nothing further, Unicom 122.8, good afternoon.
122, good afternoon, thanks for that.
KLM 184, route direct Timber, descend flight level 120.
KLM 1, flight level 120.
Ryanair, sorry, Iberia 0716, direct Lelna.
What's that?
Direct Lelna, Iberia 0716.
Speedbird 29 Charlie, Heathrow Director 119730, good day.
Over to Director 119730, Speedbird 29 Charlie, cheerio.
Bye bye.
So we'll reduce speed back now 200 knots.
London Control, Speedbird 901, don't have the Dama point.
Speedbird 9901, I'll just send it in the text, it's spelt with an X-ray, so let me know if you've got that point.
Copy.
KLM 4 Yankee Mike, route direct Willow.
Direct Willow, KLM, thank you.
Speedbird, correction, KLM 184, fly heading of 250 degrees, descend flight level 100.
KLM 184, descend flight level 100, fly heading 250.
Iberia 0716, further climb Unicom 122, decimal 8, bye-bye.
122, decimal 8, Iberia 0716, decimal 8.
Bye-bye. Okay, then 4 Yankee Mike, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, QS, thank you, man.
Seabird 97 Whiskey, descend altitude 3,000 feet, when established localizer 26 left, descend with the glide.
At 3,000 and when established descend goodbye, Speedbird 97 Whiskey.
Cafe 238, route direct Conan, climb flight level 290, level by Conan. To 6 Lima Juliet, further climb Unicom 1228, good afternoon.
We've got the runway in sight, but not established as of
Unicom
yet.
4,
There you go, the supply ship's coming in now.
Thank you very much, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Controller Virgin 9 level 60, come to free Golf.
Virgin 9 London, hello, climb
Lost
now
two.
flight level 150, direct Oxford.
Direct Oxford, climb 150, Virgin 9.
Lockstar. Hold on, Speedbird 97 Whiskey established, 26 left.
297 Whiskey, thank you, there's no speed restriction, you can contact the tower 124230, bye-bye.
Over to tower 124230, bye bye, Speedbird 97 Whiskey. Gatwick Tower, good afternoon, Speedbird 97 Whiskey on the approach to 6 left.
With 97 Whiskey Gatwick Tower, hello, continue approach from way 26 left to the back of the head.
Then you approach to departure set, Speedbird 97 Whiskey. Reduce speed towards
200 degrees 6 knots from way 26 left, clear to take.
26 left, clear to take off, 2335, bye-bye.
The 905 Mike Lima behind, departing company 320, flight Alpha 1 line up from way 26 left behind.
906 is closing line departing aircraft, East 9 is company 2.
enable the approach.
EG6471 Garrett Tower, hello, cleared man over. North map 1 X-ray departure. Score 5017. Unit 997 hectopascal.
Douglas, another contact on X-ray, departure, squawk 5017 at QNH 997.
6471, correct. Great, EG905 Mike Lima, disturbance 20036 knots, runway 26 left, clear for day.
26 left, clear to take off, BC 9 is company 2.
Let's start.
Give us 2273, request up.
The 2273, taxi on print Alpha 1 via Papa and Alpha Sierra.
Alpha Sierra, hold the line. Alpha 1, please, 227.
Touching on the
2,500.
Good man.
EG43 Charlie November, we've amended up that time, bring guard for you. EG43 Charlie November, repeat your aircraft type and star number.
Sure thing, it's A320 found 48 left, EG43 Charlie November.
43 Charlie November, cleared Palma, Dogma 1 X-ray departure. Port 6033, unit 997 hectopascal.
Good Palmer on the Dogma 1 X-ray departure,
Sure.
squawking 6033 and unit 997 EG43 Charlie November.
EG43 Charlie November, correct.
Reducing to minimum approach speed. Landing checklist. Go around 3,000 feet. Cabin crew and cabin. Sorry, cabin crew advised. Eco memo and landing no blue.
Gatwick Tower, Speedbird 5673, requesting clearance to Paris as filed. Information Bravo.
Manual flight.
Type A320. Stand.
Cat 1.
Good -7 whiskey, Stockton 200 degree 6 knots, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Good land 26 left, speed 9 whiskey.
D37 Hotel, Foxtrot behind landing, the A319, 3 mile final. Right, Alpha 1 line up, runway 26 left, behind.
Behind the arriving A319, line up and wait runway 26 left, EG37 Hotel Foxtrot.
1,000.
Checked.
G35 Papa, contact London Control 129.430, bye-bye.
After 129.430, bye-bye, 35 Papa.
95 Mike Lima, contact London Control 129.430, bye-bye. EG 905 Mike Lima, contact London Control 129.430, bye-bye.
129 full speed to London Control, you can have a Mike Lima, thank you, bye-bye.
Bird 5673 Gatwick Tower, hello. Repeat your stand number.
Stand 902.
5673, stand 902 does not exist. Can you check on your chart? The stand number in the simulator is very often wrong.
Sure. Where would I find them on Navigator?
500.
There should be a chart called parking stands or something like that.
Land.
Gatwick Tower, easy 1903, hello, stand 47 left, type AC20, looking for IFR to Palma, we have information, Charlie.
03 Gatwick Tower, hello, sequence not available on 26 left unless it's at night. Would you like a reroute from me, or do you want to get your own reroute for Bosnia 1X?
Minimum 100.
I'll go and have a look and get a reroute for my departure, easy 1903.
Retard.
1903, so just to confirm, you would like me to give you a reroute?
Spoilers. Right screen,
Yeah,
diesel,
I did say that I would
low.
get a reroute, but if you're offering a reroute, that would be lovely, thank you, easy 1903.
1903, it will be Bosnia Lima 612 Bembo and Yankee 47 Drake Minnesota.
Break off, money breaking.
Bosnia Lima 612 Bembo Yankee 47, easy 1903.
1903, correct. Cleared Palmer, Bosnia 1 X-ray departure.
2-hour destination.
Course 0364.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt
Connection 997
until the fasten
hectopascal.
seatbelt signs have been switched off.
Squawk 0364,
Please take care of your
1903, thank you.
lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury.
After London, radar cleared with system off.
997
electronic devices. Check that you have all of your personal belongings with you before you leave the aircraft.
EG37 Hotel Foxtrot, Stockton 230 degrees 8 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, EG37 Hotel Foxtrot.
Those customers who have
Course
ordered
2273 behind the parting, EG320 by Alpha 1 liner, runway 26 left behind.
and our crew will be on hand to assist you. Finally, on behalf of all of us here at British Airways and the One World Alliance, we'd like to
The
thank you
97
for choosing to fly with
whiskey,
us.
or you're
It's been
going
our
to
pleasure
direct
looking
left.
after you.
In that case, continue direct left,
Once again, thank you and
and
a very good afternoon.
Papa Lima, stand 36 left.
Direct left, Papa Lima's start 36 left, leave it nice whiskey. So let's have a quick look to see where we're going.
6471, stand 22 push and sub 3 straight push.
Straight push, 641.
Lima, so hang on. Papa Lima 36 left, okay. So what we'll do is we'll get GSX all tuned up ready, so they're expecting us on to stand.
Gatwick Tower, Speedbird 5673. I have a stand number ready.
5673, Parcel.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yes, what's your stand number?
140. Correction, sorry, 141.
I feel like I've missed something here.
The 5673, yeah, there is an aircraft on 141. I've got a rear route for you. I'll send you a new route via text.
Roger that.
Oh, Speedbird 97 West, just confirm it's the routine not Juliet Papa Lima.
Just confirm it. So 2273, Surfton 230 degrees 8 knots, runway 26 left, clear for day.
Clear to take off 26 West, Speedbird 2270.
Easy 37 Hotel Foxtrot, contact London Control 129.430, bye bye.
London Control 129.430, thanks ATC, bye bye.
Gatwick Tower, Kilo Info, thank you mate.
7 point, Command Gatwick Tower, hello. Railway other station calling Sega.
Speedbird 97 West, just confirm the routing, is it not Alpha November Juliet and then Papa?
So 97 Whiskey, via, continue on Alpha November, Papa, Lima.
Didn't Alpha November Papa Lima, apologies, Speedbird 97 Whiskey. So continue straight ahead. Just make sure we do the right thing. So if you're ever in a situation where you don't think you're in the right place, just hold position and contact them. Much better than going past the junction where you should be. Cheers for the nice landing. It wasn't a bad landing actually. I was quite surprised. So we'll start the APU as well. Ready. As you continue down here, let's go to the first left and 2.
159 Gatwick Tower. Hello, cleared Frankfurt, Nympho, 1 Mike departure. Squawk 2, correction, squawk 5662.
Unfortunately not today, mate, because I'm on nights tonight, so I need an hour or two sleep before I start my night shift tonight, unfortunately. Wish I could. We just T-cost TA, just so we don't get any.
159, correct.
There you go, Papa's here. So on the charts it actually shows us Juliet, but
129 additional 430, bye bye.
129, 430, Speedbird 2273, bye.
it was a little bit laggy on London. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought it seemed a bit laggy. What I know. Unfortunately, we haven't got any nice views because I didn't run Skydog for playback, but there we go. So continue straight ahead straight up to Lima now. So
Gatwick Tower, Speedbird 5673, requesting clearance to Paris, stand 141, type A319, information Bravo.
Third 5673, have you been able to put the new route into your aircraft?
I've put it into my aircraft. Do I need to refile with VATSIM?
Third 5673, negative, I've already modified your flight plan. Cleared
need to
Paris.
just have a look to see where the stand is. I can't see it on here.
Squawk 6372. QNH 9097
36 left, so
and your final flight level is going to be flight level 250.
It's going to be a right and then around the main terminal there.
Could you repeat the departure for me?
Ubers 5673,
the left side.
RD 1 X-ray departure. Six 471 taxi on input Mike 1 runway 26 left.
Engine 2 master switch to off.
Taxi hold input Mike 1 for 26 left by Mike. Easy 6471.
and a laptop is
Boeing
on.
flight taxi Quebec, Charlie, stand 5, correction taxi Quebec, Lima, stand 556.
Was that for Kilo French man?
Four Yankee Mike taxi Quebec, Lima, stand 556.
Quebec, Lima, stand 556 Kilo French man.
Kilo 4 Yankee Mike stand 552.
552 for KLM, French man.
Galaxy Tower, Seabird 5673. Could you repeat my squawk code?
That's 5673 squawk 6372.
Let's see, lights off.
Okay, Seabird 5.
Don't know where that beacon's coming from. It's nothing to do with us.
By the Hardy 1 X-ray, squawk 6372.
That's 5673, correct. Break. Emirates 159er, stand 25.
Probably messed that up, haven't we?
Straight push into stand 43. Into stand 43.
Gatwick Tower, good day, easy 253 in A320 Neo at stand 14.
I'm not sure where this beeping's coming from, to be quite honest, but there we go. Let's have a look, see if we've enabled something. Probably that is probably what the issue is. There we go. So, APU is on engine master number 1 off. We'll just get GSX to just re-sort itself out a minute.
Cabin crew, doors to manual and cross-check. Thank you.
Beacon off, strobes off, navigation lights off. External power available, and you can come off. So, chocks are set after landing. Priorities for chocks are set, engines off, wing lights off, and fuel pumps off. Parking check is complete. So guys, thank you very much for joining us for today's flight. It's been very enjoyable. I've really enjoyed it, to be fair. Not sure what's quite going on with the whole jetway and stair situation. But we'll see what's going on there. And as I guess the jetway should operate shortly. We shall have a look, see if this jetway moves. I imagine it'll be the other one that moves. We'll see how we go. But thank you very much for joining us this afternoon for today's flight. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like the content, feel free to give us a like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, or give us a follow on TikTok as well. Yeah, thanks very much, Phil. Take care, mate. Hope you've learned a couple of bits as well. Any more questions, feel free to drop us a DM as well. That's not a problem, we can deal with that. But no worries, take care, and we will see you in an upcoming video shortly. Bye for now.